Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny 5 Alive here, and I am joined with Web Searcher.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome back to another Park Spotlight Contest Edition. Today we're going to be looking at Pastel Island, created by Augie 3000. And here they say, hi Johnny, before I get explaining the mini park, I just wanted to address something important about that has occurred in Discord. Many people have gotten concerned that there are no box cats in this mini park, and I just wanted to make sure everyone is aware that they are safe and healthy in Box Cat City, and they will definitely return. Now back to the contest. So after this contest was announced, I decided to build something huge that went corner to corner, but after loading up my park for a few weeks, I realized that this still is empty. So last minute, only 2 weeks left, I scrapped it to build something completely different and scale things down. That 50,000 basic shapes later, and this leggy monstrosity appears. Pastel Island is a mini park situated on the island, duh, where everything is pastel colors. Everything in this mini park is made out of basic shapes, and the details, buildings, plants, everything except for the stems of the apples and apple trees, because my brain was not turned on that day when I made them. I made a lot of things in the past out of basic shapes, and I wanted to take it a step further to prove that I can highly detail things with only basic shapes. That doesn't mean this isn't a complete mess. You have my permission to delete a second ride skin if you hate it as much as I do. I did build it, not a random 5-year-old. Now for this boring bits, can you make sure the time is set to 12:30 p.m.? Well, you can do that while viewing the park, riding the coaster. Also, don't close the coaster before you ride it to make sure it has lapped a couple times in test mode so it doesn't get stuck at the top. When you go to the ride, just wait until the next train is at the station before you ride, then open the park if you like, but be aware there are all rides in test mode and the guests aren't pastel, so they will look out of place, hence why I've just kept the park closed. Sorry for the long description, there's only one main attraction, so there's gotta be a way to make this video at least 10 minutes long, so to please the YouTube algorithms, good luck finding enough footage for the cinematics and enjoy the park. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yeah, well now we're at 10 minutes with that introduction. Thanks you, Augie. Jeez. Well, just so everybody knows, we don't try to hit the 10-minute mark, but yes, it does help with YouTube algorithms. But generally, my motto is I just take as much time as it needs to take, and generally, you guys can see from the length of my videos, they're all like an hour long. There's no way I can. I mean, yeah, it's pretty hard for me to get a video less than 10 minutes unless I just feature one singular coaster, and those end up being short. So anyways, we take as much time as we need on this show, but thanks for your concerns, Augie. It'll do just fine on YouTube. All right, guys, let's get on into Pastel Island. Okay, here we are. We have arrived at the rainbow entrance. Everything here is made out of basic shapes. 50,000 pieces.
That is amazing that he did it all with the basic shapes.
Yeah, and I've talked about this about Augie. You know, Augie's one of my my favorite young creators in this community, and he, you know, came forward with the box cats, which always made me laugh. It's actually, I make fun of the box cats, but it's actually Wix who hates them. He just puts so much hate and so much effort into hating the box cats that I just kind of joined him as a lull. But the box cats have always made me laugh, and it was fun seeing someone start so many years ago, young, and grow. And I've featured plenty of Augie's newer creations. He did some exploration coasters, and you know, when I see his name pop up, I always want to check out his stuff to see how he's growing, because I want to keep an eye on our creators. So as you can see here, this is not box cats, and this is beyond expert quality in terms of basic shapes. Like this is the stuff that we only see done by the likes of Rohana. You know, Rohana is really big into decorating with these basic shapes like this. And did Rohana adopt you? Because this is...
Oh, that orange is amazing.
This is ridiculous.
Or is that a grapefruit? I don't know.
The raspberry is what's catching the kiwi and the raspberry. Yeah. A little blackberry there. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty. You even got a gradient on it. A watermelon. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, it's unique. It's totally different than anything we've seen before. But the only thing that gets me is it is really a small park.
Yeah, and that's something we'll save to the end. I have my thoughts on that when I first opened it up. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed in the size, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's just try to focus on what he has done. He said that he hated the flat ride in the middle. Not a fan myself either. If you don't
It's a
like it,
little
there's a good chance
strange.
that I won't like it. I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like
But
it's trying to be a
looks
cake.
like a pie.
Yeah,
a pie or
okay.
something, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that. Maybe what you should have done or could have done is made this
Key
whole thing
lime.
like make a 3-tiered cake out of it. I guess that's what you're kind of going for,
At the bottom looks like it could be a cake.
possibly. I mean, I like the idea. I think what you needed is some more icing and decorations around the outside, and then maybe something around the bottom. You know, like
A base.
what's it? Fondant drawings, like little squiggly flowers and stuff. Yeah, like pastel flowers.
Or like an icing.
Yeah,
Something.
you just needed to dress it up, honestly, and I think it would have been great. So yeah, this is cute.
I like the ground around that.
I mean, that's a
See,
good
it's
ride
got all the
skin.
different
You've covered
colors.
everything. Everything's covered. Even the
Yep.
stairs. I really like it. Yeah, this is really nice. The cobblestone rainbow.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
this
all
is
pastel.
really good stuff.
It's a lot of work to get all those just leveled right.
I mean, so this here, we used to have a running joke because he created something for Candyland that I don't have
It
to
was
subscribe.
brown.
It was, we called it Pooh Mountain.
Because
It-
it was brown.
It was,
And he started this off brown,
But
I think.
I
and
think-
he changed it. He
I think
went in
this-
and changed it.
yeah, I think this is a modified Pooh Mountain, but he made it pink. I really like this splashy stuff on the end, and it's gradient out. I don't know what this is, but it kind of looks delicious. Look at the gradient on it. It goes all the way to purple. That's freaking actually really impressive.
That's a lot of work.
It's patient. It looks great.
And to make it as smooth as he did with art shapes, unless you've worked with art shapes,
Oh,
you just don't know the nightmare of getting them smooth.
I like even this brick wall. I think what you could have done is just grabbed like every other brick, just randomly, and then just gone in there a little bit and just changed the hue just a little bit. You know what I mean? See how much
the
that breaks up?
two-tone bricks.
Yeah, it just breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little less plain. You just grab a bunch randomly and change the hue. Maybe 3 different colors in there. I don't know. But you can see how much of a difference that makes already, right?
It makes a big difference. Oh, look at the floor on the steps, top of the steps. He even
Let me-
detailed the top of the floors.
I'll go check it out in a sec. Let me head
Okay.
down there the proper way. This
Those
is
trees.
a fantastic perspective on this queue.
Mm-hmm.
Even the water there. Little cherry trees, or is that an apple tree? They
I
look
think it's
tiny.
an apple tree.
Yeah, I really like this windy,
Look at the
cartoony.
flower bed.
Again, I would have probably set them up so that you can just change the color off a little bit.
I don't know.
Um,
you know, when you see these big flower beds, a lot of times the same type of flower, people usually stick with the same color, so that works.
But
and
he
it
has
also
this.
ties
He has this.
apples in.
He has this gradient everywhere else, right? Like the hue. It's a
Well,
running
it's not-
theme.
Yeah, but that I kind of like the flowers being that color. It ties them to the trees. You've got the green and red.
I
You see
mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah, we
From
all
that
have,
angle.
we all have our own opinions. I would have
Yeah.
liked to see a gradient personally, or you could have done like a little heart in there. I don't know. You could do a lot with flower beds, and why not? Right? It always adds to it,
Wow.
I think.
That ceiling.
What did you want to see with the floor?
Yeah, right outside. Look at that.
Nice. Yeah, there's a ton of basic shape work done here. Even this checkerboard floor. Really cool stuff. So, Channel 5 Mini Park Contest Coaster. There's the results. Let's get on it.
Cute music.
Yeah, I really love the colors on this. This is just eye
It
candy.
pops. Yeah, it pops.
It's very pretty. It's fun. Visual eye candy. Great layout. Smooth. Very whimsical. And I noticed that you still had to put the Pooh Mountain in. And that's definitely a homage to his previous creation. I almost guarantee it. Because it's just a memento. Pick up your little Pooh souvenir. And because why not make it a coffee shop? It's ground beans, guys. Right?
Augie, this is unique.
It really is. I love a lot about it. Really do. I mean, I personally, this is my favorite thing ever. This big purple blob. I don't know. It looks amazing.
I don't know
and
what
the
it
fruit
is.
is so nice.
Yeah, the fruit is outstanding.
Yeah, I would definitely upload these fruit things individually to your workshop because, I mean, who doesn't want a giant kiwi in their park? It looks great. If anyone wants to make a giant fruit bowl, there you go.
I can't get over the grapefruits or oranges. So
yeah. No,
that's just amazing.
Phenomenal master quality basic shape art. It really shows that he's capable of doing a lot more than the box cats that we remember, and I know he's capable of a lot more because I've seen a lot more from him since the box cats. So even though people have this kind of ongoing meme about Augie and the box cat, you know, he definitely is an expert builder in his rank, rightly deserved because of his other creations, but he did start back in the day with the box cats, and he is remembered for that, but I want everyone to start remembering him for what he does here today. So you did amazing stuff with the basic shape art, and to give you my overall thoughts and what I thought about this as I opened it up, I did feel a little bit underwhelmed with the size of this park. And if we actually bring up the measuring tool, you can see that, well, you can't even, this would have been allowed outside of the park because we allowed people to do that. So your park entrance is actually here. So it's actually the smallest park in the contest. Now there might be some people going, well, why is it getting a full feature? This is unfair for the, you know, some people didn't get a full feature who did the full box, the whole park size. Now, I guess we have to mention this here because it's, in theory, I don't think anywhere in the rules that I said you have to fill every single corner of the park.
Yeah,
But
I don't think it did.
the reason I didn't say that is because I didn't want people going and go, you know, like, oh, I missed a spot in this corner and they filled it with just junk because they thought that they had to fill it end to end to end to end. I also wanted people to be able to create something a little bit more organic. Maybe there's a little spot in the corner of the park that hasn't been used, but that's because of the part of the composition and what you did with the terrain. I didn't want to have these end-to-end and box parks, and that's why I also let you do terrain on the outside. So there's a lot of things where I implied that you should fill it all the way to the end, but I didn't want people to mistake that for I have to fill it to the end. So I did kind of imply that, hey, because I originally wanted the park, the contest, to be this big, and the other moderators said, I think that's a lot. It's not that much more, but it is for 2 months. But a lot of the moderators were concerned people wouldn't finish in time. But my thought was, well, if we do go this big, I'm going to make that requirement that you don't have to fill it end to end. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this at some point, was like, okay, this...
Maybe in our discussions.
Yeah.
But not something we put out to...
Right.
You know,
but the requirements were 1 main attraction and 2 skinned flat rides. He checked the boxes, he also didn't really, you know, Augie, didn't really push yourself to filling out that park space, and other creators have. But I think this is one of those things where we look at it and we pre-screen these, and you guys are the judges panel. So only certain creations are getting full features, which means that you guys get to see them and judge them. We're trying to bring forward the best because we can't feature everything. And with that said, looking at the screenshots, looking what we saw in there, we saw some really impressive basic shape art. We saw a good looking coaster, and we had no idea it was this small. So maybe the discussion would have changed if you gave us a screenshot like this with the borders around it, right? Maybe we would have had a different discussion, but I can't deny that the artwork is good here. But yes, we are falling short on what I would consider a theme park. It's not even open to the public, which was also technically one of the rules.
It's like a plaza, and that's all we have. And like, I could see it as a small section of a park.
Right, it could be a section.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, that it could be a section of the rest of your park. Whatever you were building before this that you decided to throw out could have probably still been in there, and you could have had Pastel Land off to the side. You could have probably, I would like to know what you were working on and how far you got with that. But Pastel
it needs a bigger bunch of bananas.
But I love this idea, and I would have loved if you had been, you said you did this in 2 weeks. I would have loved to see what this would have become had you have taken the full 2 months, and what that would look like when it's filled out to the edges, because this is really only less than a third, maybe a fourth of what it potentially could have been. And I would love to see Pastel Land to its
What was
fullest.
this piece count again?
You said 50,000.
Mm.
We can probably draw it. And he did say it was like killing his computer, but we're getting 60 FPS. The basic shapes don't really eat up my computer that bad. Yeah, 50,606. But I can also understand for those who have lesser computers, it might get really much of a drag to work at these conditions with this much pieces going on. But knowing your limits, knowing your computer, knowing your technology that's sitting in front of you and what it's capable of doing, maybe 50,000 basic shapes. To fully fill this out, it'd be 300,000 basic shapes. So you wouldn't be able to get there on your computer even if you wanted to. So you have to kind of consider those limiting factors as well when you're going to get into the contest and challenge yourself. But again, I want to iterate how beautiful this basic shape art is, how well the contrast and the colors are, how fun the main coaster was. I still think it deserves a feature in terms of its expert quality, but I was also misled thinking that this was going to be a lot bigger than when I opened it up. And
yeah, it does feel to me like it should have been at least twice as large. But you did check all the boxes, and you did amaze us with your artwork. I've done a lot of work with art shapes, and you did this in 2 weeks. I'm pretty dang impressed.
Yeah, and I guess the part that I'm conflicted is that there probably are other creators that did fill out the space end to end, that probably do have some nice builds within their creations, and they did check all the boxes, but they still didn't get a full feature. So how does that seem fair? But again, when we're pre-screening 208 creations and we're deciding who goes over to the full feature judges panel, we're all determining it based off some screenshots, based off of, discussion points, and this one made it through for the reasons that you see here. There's still a debate to be had that there could have been a lot more done, and it's not really a full feature at the end of the day. We went through the whole park in 3 minutes. I don't consider that a full feature. So I think that's the whole point that we're trying to drive here, is the creators that we're trying to look at are the ones that we can give a full feature to. I probably could put a screenshot up and you guys would understand the part, right? But we want to explore. We want to go into areas that you can't see from here, but we can see everything from here, right? And I think that's where the others have slightly excelled. So for me, again, I want to see what Pastel Land would look like with a whole bunch of stuff back there. And that would be just quite the treat. But this is very cute, it's very playful, and I love Augie as a creator, and I love seeing him grow. Don't want to try to be biased or anything, but what you did here is really nice. But in the future, hopefully, don't give up on yourself. Start when the contest, give yourself the full 2 months, and try to deliver to the fullest of your capabilities, because I know you're capable of a lot.
Yeah, I know that you were shooting to make a complete art-shaped park, but in reality, maybe you should have shot for a 50% art-shaped park and a 50%, in-game parts, and figured out a way to work this in and had some more buildings and fill out a little bit more of it, because you've shown us that you can make art shapes. We can see that, no doubt about it. But yeah, you just pure art shapes, you limited yourself, and that kind of hurts you.
And to add to what you said there, Webb, is this could have been Pastel Island, and then the rest of the park was at the back, right?
Yeah. Or I would have liked to have seen him kind of blend the art shapes in amongst buildings, more buildings. And you didn't really have to make that building. Oh, it's a fun building and it's really neat, but it's not what I would call efficient piece count management, when you could have made something fairly similar to this with in-game pieces.
It's true, all these things do exist in game.
Yeah, so...
But they wouldn't have matched with what he has here.
No.
So I understand it.
Yeah, I wish you could figure out a way to integrate game pieces in with your art shape art. That's, maybe that's going to be your next big challenge to figure out how to integrate the two together.
Right. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Augie, you have impressed me.
Yeah, this is the best fruit I've ever seen. Like I said, I'm comparing you to Rohan at this point because she does these kind of crazy things. And this, I mean, I don't think she could have done it any better herself. In fact, I feel like, I don't know, it's like
She's
it felt like
probably going to hate you. That's probably what's going to happen.
That's funny. Yeah, no, really good stuff on this one. Augie 3000, what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. And that is going to do it for us in Pastel Island. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next contest submission. Bye now.
Bye, I'm going to go get a snack.
A banana?
Yeah.